Welcome to another Monday. All right. So what I want to do today, a little bit different. Over the past few months, I've been doing various videos about protection magic. About talking about specific methods, really. But what I want to do today is actually talk about talismans and amulets. But this has already been recorded. Okay. Let me explain. So what I did was I created well, it's almost a 2.5 hour video lesson or video course on cleansing and protection magic. And I put that onto my Patreon. That forms part of the first degree training for the Temple of the Horn Serpent. But what I also did, Patreon started this new thing where I can actually take posts from tiers and actually put a price on them so the public can buy them without joining any of the specific tiers or memberships. So I've done that. So you'll find that on Patreon. If you don't want to join the tiers on the memberships, then you will find the Cleansing and Protection Magic, the full video, in the shop, if you go to the shop tab. Otherwise, if you do want to join the Temple of the Horned Serpent, it is, if you, I will explain more next week, so I'm going to go into various things about what's happening on my website and Patreon and YouTube and everything else. So I'll explain a bit more. But if you do want to get the first degree training for the Temple of the Horned Serpent, then go and have a look. There's 3 tiers for that. There's a $15 tier, there is the $40 tier, and the $100 tier. Okay, I will, as I said, I'll explain more next week about exactly what that is. Yeah, so if you want to just go buy the video course, it's the entire video course, and it's got like a PDF document, a supplementary material, which is basically the transcript of the course itself. Now, just to go a bit into what the course actually has, what it covers, because there's a lot within cleansing and protection magic that we can talk about, a hell of a lot. I went kind of specific with particular things that I have found to be very useful, and I like simple methods. I like straightforward things, and these are very straightforward, simple methods that you can actually incorporate. So what you'll find, we cover the house spirit first of all, because I find that probably one of the most important aspects of protection magic itself. Get in contact with your house spirit. If you may have a good relationship, it's going to want to protect you. Then we go into warding and shielding techniques, very straightforward, basic stuff. But we go into the different types of shielding we can do, different types of wardings, and everything else. Then we do cleansing and purification rituals. If you're not cleaning the negative dirt off you, the negative energy off you, then that's going to start affecting you on a protective level. So you've got to do the cleansing and the purification. Not sure if I said cleansing and protection rituals just now or cleansing and purification, but it is cleansing and purification rituals. All right. Protective symbols and sigils, we go into that. Specific symbols that have been used over the ages that relate to protection itself, and also how to create your own sigils. It goes very basically into sigil crafting or sigil making itself. I do have an additional course that you can do if you want to, a video course which is specifically about sigil magic. You can obviously take that and it'll enhance that particular aspect of the magical practice itself. Then visualization and energy shielding. Coming back to the shielding itself, elaborating a bit more on that. So, the previous warding and shielding techniques, somewhat of an overview, and then we start breaking it down with these further chapters. So visualization and shielding, energy shielding that we go through, and then personal talismans and amulets for protection, which is what I'm going to show you today. So I'm going to show you the portion of that particular portion of the video itself. There is a video demonstration that I do. I start off with the sigil creation aspect and create a sigil for protection, and then I add it to a talisman, and then we go on because the next chapter of the series or the video course is protective herbal sachets and oils. So I then add it to a sachet and show you how to make a sachet and things like that. So there is a video demonstration, but I'm not going to show you that part. I'm just going to show you the section or the chapter on talismans and amulets. And then final words, you know, you've got to remember to bring balance into your life, and, you know, make sure you're keeping your vibrational state elevated and things like that, so you're not picking up as much energetic dirt as we often do. So anyway, so that's the breakdown, or the chapters of the cleansing and protection magic video course itself. But let me show you that part of it anyway. Throughout history, talismans and amulets have been powerful tools for personal protection. They are worn, carried, or kept in close proximity to ward off negative energies, harmful spirits, and misfortune. The terms talisman and amulet are often used interchangeably, but traditionally they serve slightly different purposes. Amulets are typically protective objects designed to ward off danger, evil spirits, or misfortune. Its primary function is defensive, acting as a shield against external threats. Amulets are often passive in nature and continually work to repel negativity without the need for direct activation by the user. While talismans can also provide protection, they are more commonly associated with attracting specific energies or blessings such as strength, love, and prosperity. Talismans are often charged with a specific intention and can be actively engaged to channel power for a desired outcome. Talismans may also include protective elements, but their function is typically more dynamic, involving both defense and empowerment. The efficacy of a talisman or amulet can be influenced by the materials used to craft it. Different metals, stones, and symbols have been associated with protection throughout history. The following are some of the most commonly used materials in protective talismans and amulets. Regarding metals, silver is often associated with the moon. Silver is believed to reflect negativity and protect against psychic attack. It is frequently used in amulets that protect against the evil eye and malevolent forces. Iron, known for its strength and grounding properties, has long been used to repel spirits, fairies, and the otherworldly entities. Carrying an iron object such as a nail or horseshoe can ward off negative entities. Associated with the sun, gold brings warmth, vitality, and divine protection. It is often used in talismans to attract blessings and safeguard the wearer's health and prosperity. In regards to stones and crystals, black tourmaline is known for its ability to absorb and transmute negative energies. Black tourmaline is an excellent stone for grounding and protection. It is commonly carried or worn to shield against psychic attacks. Amethyst, a highly spiritual stone, helps to create a protective shield around the wearer while enhancing intuition and spiritual awareness. It is particularly effective in protecting against psychic intrusions and harmful thought patterns. Tiger's eye is associated with protection against both physical and spiritual dangers. It also provides courage and clarity in difficult situations. Volcanic glass or obsidian is known for its deeply protective and cleansing properties. It is often used to create mirrors or scrying tools that can repel harmful spirits. In regards to organic materials then, so we have some various herbs. Many herbs have protective qualities, but carrying sachets of rosemary, sage, or lavender can provide ongoing protection against spiritual and emotional harm. We'll be getting into herbal sachets in a couple more chapters. The last chapter, I believe it is. Animal parts. Historically, certain animal parts such as claws, teeth, or feathers have been believed to contain protective power. In modern magic, ethically sourced animal remains can still be incorporated into talismans for protection. And wood. Trees like oak and ash have strong protective associations. A carved wooden talisman or amulet made from one of these trees can serve as a potent ward against malevolent forces. Crafting a talisman or amulet is an act of intention. Whether you are creating your own or selecting a pre-made item, the key is to infuse it with purpose and power. So let's discuss some steps for crafting and empowering a protective talisman or amulet. So begin by choosing or creating the physical form of the talisman or amulet. This could be a piece of jewelry, a stone, or a symbol drawn on parchment or wood. If possible, select materials that resonate with your intent, such as protective stones or metals. Once the talisman or amulet is created, it must be charged with protective energy. This process involves ritual and focus, imbuing the object with the power to shield you from harm. There are a variety of ways to charge a talisman or amulet. You can do this by exposing the object to the light of the full moon, or the rising sun can imbue it with the energies of celestial protection. Moonlight is ideal for emotional and psychic protection, while sunlight offers strength and vitality. You can also pass the talisman through the elements to charge it. Begin with fire, passing it through the flame of a candle. Just make sure again that it won't burn up. Then you can sprinkle it with some blessed or sacred water. And then for air, you can fan it with incense smoke. And finally, earth. You can bury it in the soil or sprinkle some salt on it. Each element contributes its own protective qualities. You can also invoke a deity, spirit, or energy associated with protection and ask them to bless and empower the talisman. Hecate or Thor, for instance, are popular protective figures in various traditions. Also, Archangel Michael, if you are interested in ceremonial magic, for instance. Many talismans incorporate protective sigils. Sigil can be drawn on the object, engraved, or painted on it. The sigil itself acts as a channel for protective energy, symbolizing your intention in a visual form. Common protective sigils include the pentagram, the Eye of Horus, and personalized sigils created through magical techniques. How you wear or carry a talisman or amulet can influence its protective power. Wearing your talisman or amulet as jewelry, such as a pendant, ring, or bracelet, keeps it in constant contact with your body, forming a continuous protective barrier. For example, a pentagram necklace is often worn by witches and magicians to ward against spiritual harm. Some people prefer to carry their talismans or amulets in a pouch or pocket. A mojo bag or charm bag filled with protective herbs and stones can be carried discreetly to shield against negativity. Ensure the bag is anointed or blessed before use. If the talisman or amulet is not intended for personal wear, it can be placed in your home or sacred space. Hanging a protective charm over your front door or in your bedroom can guard your home against intrusion or spiritual attack. Similarly, placing a charged crystal on your altar enhances the protective energy of your sacred space. Now, some talismans and amulets are associated with spiritual guardians or deities that actively watch over the wearer. These objects serve not only as protective symbols, but also as physical links to protective entities that offer guidance and defense. In traditions like Kabbalah and ceremonial magic, engraving the name of protective spirits or deity on a talisman enhances its power. For example, inscribing the name of Archangel Michael on a silver talisman could invoke his protective presence whenever the talisman is worn or carried. Animal totems or spirit allies can also be integrated into talismans and amulets. Wearing a bear claw, for instance, may connect you to the protective energy of the bear, while a raven feather could invoke the watchful presence of a spiritual guide associated with ravens. Okay, so that was it, and I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. And again, if you do want to go and just buy the course directly without joining any of the tiers or memberships, you can do that. Just go to the shop tab in Patreon. And if you do want to join the Temple of the Horned Serpent and get the first degree training, choose one of the tiers, and you can get all of the material. There's a ton of material, and yeah, again, I will be speaking about in more detail next week. So thank you. Have a good one. Cheers for now. Bye bye.